What if I told you that millions of pensioners across the United Kingdom, particularly those born before 1961, are about to see an extra £562 land in their pockets? It sounds like good news, and in many ways it is. But here's the important truth that cannot be ignored: not everyone will qualify, and for some, this increase could actually backfire. The Department for Work and Pensions, the DWP, has now confirmed a major change to the state pension. It is not speculation, it is not just political talk, it is official. And if you do not understand exactly how it works, you could very easily miss out on money that is rightfully yours. This is why every pensioner, every retiree, and indeed every family member of someone living on a pension needs to listen carefully to what follows. Welcome back to UK Senior Insights, your trusted guide when it comes to pensions, benefits, and senior living across the United Kingdom. This is the place where you stay informed, stay supported, and learn how to enjoy your golden years with the confidence that comes from knowing exactly where you stand. Make sure you are subscribed, make sure you stay connected, because stories like this are exactly why so many rely on us for clarity, in a world full of confusing government announcements. Let us begin with the foundation of this story, the triple lock. A term familiar to most pensioners by now, but one that is often misunderstood. The triple lock is the guarantee that the state pension will rise each year by whichever is highest out of three measures: inflation, the Consumer Price Index, average earnings growth, or a minimum of 2.5%. It is designed to ensure pensions never fall behind the cost of living or wage growth, at least in theory. Now here is what happened this year. In 2025, average salary growth came in much stronger than inflation. Wages across the economy grew faster than the cost of living index, which meant the triple lock pointed to earnings growth as the key measure. That is what drives the £562 increase. This figure is not random. It is the direct result of applying the triple lock, and it reflects a year in which workers' earnings surged, pulling the pension increase higher with them. This has been widely reported in the media, but headlines only tell half the story. Under the confirmed plan, this extra amount will be added to the full weekly state pension rate, meaning pensioners, depending on their qualifying years, their national insurance records, and their status, will see more cash in their pockets starting next year. But here is the crucial part. The £562 is the headline figure. Whether you get that exact amount, or something less, depends heavily on your personal circumstances. The DWP has said that this uplift applies primarily to those who are receiving the state pension, and who were born before 1961. That birth year threshold is not arbitrary. It defines who falls into the old system, who is in transitional categories, and who will benefit most from this boost. To understand why, we need to step back. In 2016, the UK introduced the new state pension. Anyone who reached pension age before that date remained on the old system, while those who reached pension age after fell under the new rules. But of course, life is never that simple. Transitional protections, contracted out years, and complicated rules meant the system has remained divided. Many of those born before 1961 fell into the old or transitional system, and the government says this increase is part of an effort to ensure they are not left behind. It is being presented as a measure of fairness, an attempt to ensure that older pensioners do not watch their incomes stagnate, while newer pensioners, under the 2016 system, see more predictable increases. But as always with the DWP, the devil hides in the details. Who exactly qualifies for this increase? Let's break it down. If you were born before 1961, and you are already receiving the state pension, this increase is meant for you. You must already be drawing your pension, you must already be within the DWP's framework for operating, and if you are entitled to the full pension, then yes, you stand to gain close to the full £562 a year. But not everyone qualifies for the full amount. Those with gaps in their national insurance records, those who contracted out for periods of their working lives, or those who simply do not meet the full qualifying years threshold, will see a smaller boost. For them, the increase will be proportional to the pension they are already receiving. It is also worth stating clearly, if you reached state pension age on or after the 6th of April 2016, you are under the new state pension system. Whether you still get the extra £562 depends on how the DWP phrases its policy. Some reports suggest this boost is particularly targeted at those in the older system. So while born before 1961 is the headline, the real outcome depends on individual records, on whether you are under the old or new rules, and on how your pension has been calculated. That is why checking your personal pension statement is so important. Now let's turn to the numbers and timing. The confirmed increase of £562 per year equates to roughly £10.65 more per week. It might sound small weekly, but stretched across 52 weeks, it adds up. For a pensioner already on the full state pension, their annual income rises by that full £562. For others with partial entitlements, the increase will scale accordingly. The timing is also critical. The rise will be effective from April of next year. That is when the new annual uprating takes effect, as it always does. You will not see this extra cash until then. Your pension statements, sent in advance of April, will outline your new amount. Payments will adjust from that date forward. But let's not ignore the challenges and the potential catches. The boost of £562 is gross. That means taxation still applies. If your total income, including your pension and any other earnings or savings interest, is near the threshold for tax, then some of this increase may be reduced by taxation. For pensioners already facing deductions, the net amount could be smaller than the headline figure suggests. And then there is the interaction with means-tested benefits. If you are receiving pension credit, housing benefit, or council tax support, then the extra income from your pension could, in some cases, reduce the amount of those benefits. This is what campaigners call the clawback effect. You gain on one side, but lose on the other. That is why, for some pensioners, this increase could backfire. Instead of feeling like a boost, it could simply shift money from one pocket to another, with little net gain. Still, it is worth remembering why this is happening at all. Wages rose strongly this year, and the triple lock is designed to ensure pensioners do not fall behind. The government has made clear that fairness is the goal, ensuring those born before 1961, who might otherwise have been left behind under the old rules, receive a meaningful uplift. Politically, it is also a powerful move. Pensioners are a large voting bloc, and ensuring they feel supported is always a priority for governments of every stripe. But is it enough? That is the debate already raging among charities, campaigners, and advocacy groups. Age UK, the independent age charity, and others have long argued that while lump sum payments or yearly increases are welcome, they do not solve the deeper issue. Pensions, they argue, still lag behind the real cost of living. With energy bills, rent, and everyday essentials higher than ever, an extra £562 is a help, but it is not a cure. For pensioners themselves, the impact will vary. For some, this increase will mean the ability to cover heating costs for a few more weeks in winter. For others, it will mean they can afford groceries without cutting back as harshly. For others still, it might simply be swallowed by higher council tax, or the rising cost of food. And let us not forget the emotional impact. For retirees living on fixed incomes, every increase provides not just money, but also a sense of recognition, a sense that they are not forgotten, that after a lifetime of contributing they are still being supported. The government has promised letters outlining the new pension amounts will arrive ahead of April. Pensioners will be told exactly what to expect. But already, confusion is spreading online. Some ask if this is the winter fuel payment. It is not. Some wonder if it is a one-off bonus. It is not. This is the annual triple lock increase, applied permanently to your pension amount. It is not instead of your existing payments, it is on top. So what should pensioners do right now? First, check your national insurance record. If you have gaps, you may be entitled to fill them in by making voluntary contributions, which could increase your pension and by extension, your increase. Second, check whether you are receiving pension credit. Thousands of pensioners who qualify for it still do not claim. And without pension credit, you could miss out on other entitlements tied to it. Third, prepare for tax implications. If your income is near the threshold, know how this increase will affect you. Ultimately, the £562 increase is good news, but it comes with caveats. It is a lifeline, but not a perfect one. It helps, but it does not erase the struggles pensioners face in a cost of living crisis. What it does provide is breathing room. It provides reassurance that at least for now, the triple lock remains intact, and pensioners born before 1961 will not be left behind. So as April approaches, keep your eyes open for letters from the DWP. Know your entitlements. Share this information with friends and family who may not understand what is changing. And above all, remember this: pensions are not just numbers on a page. They are about dignity, security, and peace of mind. And every pound, every increase, makes a difference.